and we can go ahead and get started now. Welcome everybody to this session here on Tac Markets Academy. And today we're going to just understand how to take the trades, okay? I know we've been making a lot of money for like what, 5 months now, maybe even more if you're taking the trades before we even, launched the academy. But today I wanted to take a moment to, not really look at the graphs but kind of look at what you guys are doing to take the trades, okay? There is major success on understanding how to follow the person you are taking the trades with. And the number one thing I'm going to say, if you have an ego, let that ego go, okay? Because if you don't have the results you want right now, then don't follow your thoughts, okay? Yet you will eventually once you build up your account, once you build up the confidence, once you build up that momentum that everybody needs. But as of right now, you need to follow what we're telling you if you want to have the results that we have. And so I prepared this document, this guide, and I could send it, or you guys can just take notes as well. You're gonna have this session here for you to review even later. But what I wanted to do is just go step by step on how you should take the trades. All right, is everybody ready? Are you guys cool with this, or you guys don't need it? If you don't need it, then we can just go ahead and move on onto something else. Or do you guys know how to take the trades? You just want to confirm, double check what you know? Let me know in the chat. If you need it, you don't need it. Okay. Okay, let's do it. I know Martin, he knows how to take the trades. I don't know if Matic is here. Matic is one of these students that really know how to take the trades. He's been doing really, really well. Okay, then let's go ahead and get started, guys. This is the time for you to write down, take photos, screenshots, or do whatever necessarily, okay, for you to actually get this done. And for it to avoid that, what Benjamin said, he said, I made so much money in the last 30 days, and today I lost it all. I'm gonna say it happens, but it shouldn't happen because, yeah, because it shouldn't really happen once you have a plan and execution, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. Number one, you want to verify that you are in the right pair, okay? Everybody here using tag markets, which everybody should be using it. Everybody here using tag markets has multiple types of account, right? We have the leverage accounts or the X12 amplify, right? However you want to call it. And then we have the normal ones, right? The pro, isolated, XYZ. All right. So we have those two type of accounts. And if you guys have noticed, and I need everybody to pay attention to this, after the pair, there's usually a dot and a letter. Okay. And a lot of people get confused when they try to open goal and it's not letting them place a position. Okay. And that's because you're probably in the wrong pair. Okay. So if you have a leverage account, your pair will always end in .f. Okay. If you have other accounts like the pro ones or a bonus account, I don't know, whatever other account you have, it will either be the normal pair or that pro. Okay. Is everybody clear on this? Everybody knows the pair that they should be opening. Okay, perfect. We're good. Now, the second step on taking my trades is defining the risk before entering. Okay. If you have a $100 account, $200 account, I'm going to be completely honest, it will be hard to take my trades because you're going to need more leverage. You're going to need more space, for the trade to breathe. So if you have a $100, $200 account, that usually doesn't end well. There's some people, I've seen them. There's some people that they do great with the small ones, but it's not the case that I recommend. Okay, so if you wanna, if you wanna follow this, you need at least a $500 account normal or a leverage or a times 12 amplify account that will be more than $500. Okay, are we all clear on that? We good? Okay, why do you need that amount of money? It's because we are trading with long positions. We're trading with a big range of entry. Okay. And the way that we do it, guys, is using the smallest lot size possible, which is 0.01. 0.01 lots. It's not a lot. Okay. It's really not a lot, but it is a lot if you have a $100, $200 account. It is a lot when you have a small account. $500, you can deal with it. Okay. But I want everybody here to actually follow this execution because I know a lot of people here do not like using 0.01 lots because they say, oh, it's so small, I'm not going to make anything. And if that's you, then great, go ahead and deposit more money and you can deal with that, getting a bigger lot size. But in my opinion, if you don't have more than $20,000, you shouldn't put a bigger lot size as of right now. Okay? Can you make money with 0.01? Yes. Who here has taken my trades with 0.01 and made some money? Let me know in the chat. I'm curious. I just did the session in the Spanish speaking people community. Everybody was making 200, 300, $500 using small lot size. Okay. So it looks like a lot of you have used that and have done well. Look at that. Saul said that she makes $10 to $30 per trade. That's amazing. Okay. That's amazing. Now, can you make money with 0.01 lots? Absolutely yes. Can you make money if you have a small account? Absolutely not. Unless you just take the trade and it goes the way it should right away. Benjamin just said the best with 0.01 and 0.02. Absolutely not. You want to just use 0.01, brother. Stick with discipline and you will see results. Start doing the things you want, letting your thoughts get in, and then you're gonna see other things happen. So please follow what we're telling you. We do it for a reason. So somebody said it's hard to layer in. It's not really hard when you have a $500 account or more. It's not really hard. And I'm gonna teach you how. Okay, so we're just in step number 2. Can we all commit? Can we all commit to do 0.01 lots here? Type yes in the chat if you commit that you're going to be disciplined to do 0.01 lots. Somebody say C. All right, amazing. So step number 3, understanding how I send the trades. Okay. There's just one thing on sending trades and understanding how to execute them. Okay. So please understand how I send the trades because in the normal industry, if you guys have been in a network marketing trading company or another academy, what is the usual way that they send a trade? Oh, here's the entry, and they only give you one number, right? Here is the entry, here is the stop loss, here's TP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Have you guys seen that in other places? Don't mention names, but have you been in other academies or other groups or other whatever that, that's usually the way that they send trades? Okay, let me tell you something over here. I'm a firm believer that trading should be an industry that's evolving. Trading should be evolving rather than staying the same for so many years, right? These academies usually give you this stop loss or TP 1, 2, 3, 4 so that you can, feel good about yourself. by following something. But, if you really want to be a trader, you need to stop putting, oh, I need TP1, TP2, TP3, or blah, blah, blah. If not, I'm not going to be successful. You need to stop putting labels of success. Okay. And so if you really want to be successful, you need to work on your own goals rather than following ATP or stop loss or this or that. Okay. And here's what you need to do with my trades because we're evolving. Remember, trading is evolving. It's not staying the same, just like any other industry. Now, how will I send my trades? This is just an example, guys. I'm not calling a trade, especially because we're not at the zone, of course. But how would I send a trade like this? XAU USD market buy or buy by market or sell by market. All right. There's only two options. And I'm going to give you a zone. I'm going to give you an entry zone. Give me 1 second. I forgot to turn off my walking machine, my treadmill. Okay, so I'm going to give you an entry zone. And that entry zone, depending on how the market is moving that week, it's going to be either smaller or bigger. Okay, I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but the market moves differently every single week. There's big ranges that are moving within 300 pips in a minute or so. And there's sometimes that the market is moving really slow, which is okay. But depending on the week, I'm going to send a different range. It usually goes for 100 to max 200 pips of a range. And that's why it's important that you guys only trade with 0.01. Okay. This zone is not the TP or stop loss. This zone is the zone for you to enter. So whenever I send a trade, you're going to double check right away if it's at that area or lower. In this example, it's a buy, so it has to be lower. If the trade has already gone up like 30, 40, 50 pips, you should not enter. Okay. If the trade has already gone 100 pips, I say the first boom, you should not enter even if it goes back to the entry. Okay. I send a lot of trades. So do not chase one because you missed it. Just be there for the next one. How many trades do I send in a day? Has anybody counted? A lot, whatever that number is for you guys, a lot. I don't have a number, but I do send multiple because I understand we have people all over the world that, cannot trade only in New York or London or vice versa. Okay. So I send a lot of trades, and it's important for you not to chase the trade you miss, but just wait for the next one. Be there for the next one. Okay. Are we all clear in this? Okay, perfect. Now, how many entries you should take per trade that I send? This is the part that you're going to have to sit down and figure out for yourself. Okay? Okay? I'm gonna give you guys an example over here. Let me delete this. 1 second, guys. All right. So if we have a trade, let's say the market is moving this way, and all of a sudden I decide to send a buy over here. And this is the range. And the range is 150 pips. Do we all know how to count pips? I have a multiple videos about this, but do we all know how to count pips? All right. Every dollar that gold moves equals 10 pips. Okay. Every dollar that gold moves equals 10 pips. Now you know. Okay. If you didn't know, now you know. So 100 pips is $10 of movement, right? Easy peasy. It doesn't require to be a magician or a math crazy guy. No, easy peasy. Okay. So let's say this right here, it's 150 pips, and I decide to send this buy. Your first trade is going to be somewhere around here. Okay. Let me do in another color as well. Okay. Your first trade is going to be somewhere here because this is the time that you see the trade and you either enter where I send it or maybe the trade has already gone down a little bit. All right. So that's your first trade. Your second trade could be somewhere here. Your third trade could be somewhere here. I'm not going to tell you how many trades you should take because that's what you are going to define based on your risk and your money. Okay. But why do we have to take trades? Not only one. Because if you only take one over here, guess what? You're sucking all of this loss. And you're gonna have to wait until it comes back and it crosses this so that you can make money. But instead, if you layer your positions, right? If you take 0.01, even if you take it here and it goes back up, you already made money between here and here. And if it keeps going, guess what? You're making more money from this position than this one. So now you have two positions that are making you money. Does that make sense? That's the important part of layering a position when we have a big range. Okay? How many trades? I'm not gonna tell you. That depends on you and your risk. For example, I have a big account and I take three, maybe four positions with two, three lots because that's my account and the account is big. So that's what I do because that's my risk. I allow myself to lose $10,000 or a little more per occasion that I'm trading. Okay. Now let's talk about the stop loss because here I see a comment about this. And guys, pay attention because you don't need to ask this. We're gonna get to it. Okay. If after I'm done, I haven't said something, then you should ask. Okay. So let's talk about the TP and stop loss. But before that, everybody's clear on layering the entries with 0.01. Okay. One last thing. How much money is 0.01 with 100 pips? $10, guys. Okay, why am I giving you this? So that you can do your math easily. So every 100 pips using 0.01, it's $10 that you're risking or making. Okay, so if we have 150 pips and you take an entry over here, if it goes back over here, you already made $15 plus this position right here, which is probably $6, and you're already in profit. You know what I'm saying? So have that in mind when you're doing the risk per trade that you want to take. So it's $10. Now let me ask you this: is $10 a lot of money or no? I know that's it depends on the person, of course, but in trading, is not. Okay? I know it depends on everybody situation, but in trading is not. It buys you a kebab for the night. Exactly. It's a night out. It's a drink. It's if you're in Dubai, it's a candy because everything there is really high. Uh, but it's not a lot. Okay. And if you have a $500 account, it's not really a lot. All right. So let's talk about stop loss and TP. What does the document says? I will not give you a stop loss or TP. Okay. I will not give you a stop loss or TP. Whatever zone you see over here, this is not stop loss and TP. This is just the entry zone. Okay. Stop loss and TP should be defined by you, the customer, the student that's actually studying my session. That's why you should be on this session so that you can learn and not be like everybody else in the Telegram chat that they just want to take the trades and they want to make money magically without thinking that they should actually educate themselves. So where should the stop loss be? If this is our trade, I want to find the most important support in this case, because it's a buy. If it was a sell, I want to buy the most important resistance, right? So I want to find the most important support from the movement. Okay, where does the movement start? Here, right? Because before that the trade was lower. There's no really data over here that we need. Okay, but the most important support zone on this scenario is this right here. Okay, that's the most important support zone. What do I want to do with that? I do not want to put my stop loss there because that is not a smart idea. Because worst comes to worst, the trade is going to come down and retest that support and take you out, right? I want to put my stop loss below the support, but with a good distance that will not do a spike and take me out. Okay. So in this scenario, I will want to put my stop loss over here. Okay. With that being said, usually the distance between here and here, usually, this depends on every scenario, it's between 100 to 200 pips. Okay. So that means that our stop loss is usually this, but it's never this because it's always going to change depending on where is that important support or resistance area. Okay. Now, if you have another 0.01 to spare, you could open one entry somewhere in the downside if we were to go to the downside. Because in that case, whenever it comes back up, you already made like double, triple of this. Okay, so that is the strategy, guys, on how to take the trades. I usually don't put a stop loss because I'm always watching the market. I have alerts, I have, a bunch of other things, tools that I use so that I don't have to put the stop loss and I just can't be there. Don't go to bed without not putting the stop loss because, your account can be gone thinking that you were gonna make money, but you didn't. Now, where is the TP? The TP is the same situation as the stop loss. You need to find the resistance that's important in this case, and that's where you can put your TP. But in most case scenarios, here's what I'm going to tell you. The best idea is for you to exit whenever you accomplish your goal. If you want to make 30, 40, $50 in that trade, not per trade, but in that trade moment, then exit. Even if the resistance is over here or the TP is over here, that's why most people fail on the trading academies. That's why most people never make money when they join a network marketing company or a Telegram group that's telling you TP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because people are always focusing on the TP5. They're always focusing on the biggest TP because you're greedy and people are greedy, right? So you're like, oh, I can make that much money if I can hold until TP5. But guess what? You're going to get screwed because the market is always moving and the market doesn't care about you wanting to hit TP5. So that's why for me, guys, it's important that I teach you that you should not follow that and that you follow your own goals. Your TP should be your goal. Does that make sense? I already have a video about that, Tom. You can go ahead and find it in the academy. In fact, we've done that multiple times. Are we all clear in this? Do you have any questions? This is the moment that you can be honest. You can have a question regarding this because this is you guys. I already make money in trading, but I want to help you guys make money with trading. How do I locate the most important support and resistance? I'm pretty sure I talk about this in some of the sessions. Let me go ahead and double check here. The video on support and resistance isn't playing. Okay, I can let the people know because I don't control that. But I will let them know that it's not working. So, you have the academy, you can watch that. These are very basic videos, but I would recommend you that once you're done with that, you should watch the past sessions, okay? These past sessions are the most important thing you can watch, especially if you want to, if you want to be on the game. You want to watch this one, Q&A session. I teach you guys how to find the support and resistance and how to take the trades as well. You should watch the weekly analysis. Okay, you should watch all of the videos, especially the weekly analysis, because we're trading live. I'm showing you guys where is the stop loss, where is the TP, and you guys can like assimilate that and put it into the concept. Okay. Martin, I already answered this in one of these sessions, and in fact, I do not have a preference. I trade all of them. I trade London, New York, Asia. I trade all of them. Remember, if you start putting labels on your success, you will not find it. A lot of people are like, oh, New York market is the best. That is a label. And guess what? You trade Asia and you lose, and you're feeding into that label. And it shouldn't be that way. How often do we have these lives with you? Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, usually at the same time. Okay, I will let you know in the Telegram, and that's important. And that's why it's important that you check over there too. Do you know what's with the video from September 22, 2025? Which one? This one right here, trading language. Oh yeah, I will go ahead and look into that. Thank you, Mark, for letting me know. You also have another educator here, guys, Leo. Leo is amazing as well. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I don't see any more questions, so I appreciate every single one of you here. Please make sure you follow these guidance if you want to actually make money with the trades. It's not about just taking a trade and hoping for the best, but it's about to know what to do and how to execute it well. Okay? Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Bye-bye.